What's up, everybody? It's Dude Nimmer. We right back in the building, bringing you the latest in the news, hip hop, sports, and entertainment. And we got the Hall of Famer, the greatest, one of the greatest small forwards ever. Charles Barkley was in the building, and Shannon Sharp getting interviewed on Club Shay Shay. And it was a great interview. Now, everybody knows Charles Barkley is not scared to speak his mind. That's one of the reasons why everybody like him, because he be direct and he just speaks what's on his heart. But he also spoke up on the fact, he spoke up about the racism, how economic racism still exists in this world, and I absolutely agree with him. And I know many people out there will agree with that, but a lot of people do not want to touch on that subject. But Charles Barkley did. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. We finna get into this video clip, and I'm gonna give y'all my commentary in the end.
I'm not sure how my life would have been different if I had grown up in New York. But growing up in a small town, it was a sense of community. Yes.
Everybody, and that's what when I'm on nightcap and I try to tell people this, it was always everybody. It was yes sir, no sir, yes, no ma'am. If you misbehave, Miss such and such would tear your tail up.
You're gonna get two whippings.
And then she gonna go home and say, Mary, I had to whip that boy because he was being managed. Or he said he was cursing. And then you got another whipping. What happened to that sense of community, Chuck?
You know, we in the black community, we just have to do better. We gotta, number one, racism exists. Always has and always will. You know, I tell people this, sports are a great thing for black kids. It's really helped a lot of us get out of here and help and go back and make things better. But you have to understand something, if you're born, and it's white poor too.
Oh yeah.
Because it's really economic racism. Like calling people names and stuff like that, that's just silly and stupid. But economic racism is the biggest problem we have in this country.
Right.
Because if you're black and poor, or white and poor, you're gonna be born in a bad neighborhood, and you're gonna go to an inferior school. And I always use this analogy. I says, if you play baseball, and if every time you step up to the plate, you got 2 strikes against you, Shannon's gonna get a hit, Chuck gonna get a hit, and we're gonna have a couple of hits.
Right.
But most people gonna strike out.
Yes. Or you're afraid to swing.
Yeah.
Now, one thing we can agree with, and I want everybody to be fair. One thing we can't agree with, that racism still exists. We can't act like it don't, because it do. We can't act like we don't see it, because we do. We can't act like we don't hear about it, because we do. We absolutely know that racism still exists, and it will always exist. Racism is a part of our history, and we cannot hide from it. Economic racism is also a big part of a lot of things that is happening in this world today. When you are raised in a poor community, white, black, brown, gray, it is harder for you to make it out of the system. The system is stacked against you. And it is harder for you to actually climb out like crabs in a barrel. It's harder for you to crawl out of that barrel when everything is stacked against you. So I absolutely agree with Charles Barkley on that. Racism still exists, and we cannot act like we do not know, and it do not go on in the world today. That is one thing we know for sure. But y'all let me know in the comment box below what y'all think about Charles Barkley and this whole interview. And if this is your first time to the channel, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe on your way out. This Dude Nimmer in the building, and we see you guys on the next one. Yeah.